Mbeere, security forces, watu wa Alma, because of the severe problem of water we are having in Mbeere South. Since late January to date, Mbeere South has not been having water. Rivers Thiba, which provides water to Makema, Mavuria, and Betty, went dry. And this was because, as we all know, the rains failed. And so the river is not bringing in enough water, even from the mountain. Then the little water which has been coming, it has been taken away by those who are doing horticultural kind of farming, including the rice farming at the Múriúki irrigation scheme. We have tried many kind of ways and means to ensure that at least there will be proper rationing of water. But this is not effective. The reason being that the various people who are using small pumps to pump water from the River Rupingazi, Nyamindi, Thiba River, and even the big irrigation schemes, they are drawing more water than which is coming from the river. Our meeting has resolved that because the River Thiba is actually dead on the Mbeere South side, we must stop all activities of pumping water. Even if one claims that is pumping water for domestic use, we are banning it. Because now others will be pumping water for irrigation under the pretext that they are also pumping water for domestic use. Any water being drawn from the river has to be drawn by jerrycans for the time being. We want to allow Rivers Thiba to be alive once more all the way down to Kaburu Dam. That is what we have resolved. There was an area program for water rationing between the various communities in the upper Thiba and the lower Thiba. We have agreed that the rationing program will take effect after the Thiba River has been made alive once more. That is, water must flow down to Kaburu Dam before we can talk of rationing. Because we cannot ration with the people who are getting nothing. That rationing program, ever since it was put in place, no water has ever reached the people of Mbeere South. We have a problem with the people who are abstracting water from the various rivers, that is Rupingazi, Nyamindi, and Thiba. They have blocked the rivers literally. We are appealing to them, and this time we are going to enforce. They must allow the water to flow. If one has constructed a barrier which cannot allow water to flow, they have to think of how they make a way for the water to flow. Otherwise, they may have to get some losses. What I'm saying is this: nobody is around to hold water on the river from now until it gets down to Kaburu Dam. The reason being that those who have blocked the rivers, when we allow the water to flow down the river, it is taking more than 10 hours without water passing a particular point because the river has been blocked. So the river has to be left clear. I want to try, and so I want to appeal to the government that we should address the problem of water in Mbeere South in a different way. Because now we can see that we cannot even depend on the surface water from the rivers. Because when this climate change issue has caused the rivers to start going dry for the first time in Mbeere South. So we need to address the problem of water in a different way. A more lasting solution is actually to get water from the main dams of Mbeere. That is Mbeere Dam, Kaburu Dam, and the Masinga Dam. These dams have got enough water. Even now, as we cry that there is no water, there is adequate water in those dams, at least for domestic use. And so I'm appealing to the government to think of that lasting solution of pumping water from those dams to the residents of Mbeere South. The short-term solution is actually to sink boreholes. I'm appealing to the government to provide funds for boreholes to be dug in the schools of Mbeere South. Because right now, we are risking actually having a disease outbreak because the children who are in school are getting that water. That water which is not flowing now is what they are buying from the water boozers. But if we get boreholes around Mbeere South and also some government water boozers, that way we are going to be able to handle or deal with the water problem in Mbeere South. So this is why I'm appealing to the government to consider giving us water, people of Mbeere South, from Kamburu Dam, from Kiambere Dam, and from Masinga Dam. That request, that proposal, the feasibility study which was done, and I was very much involved in it, is with the government and is being looked into. This is why I'm appealing to the government to make sure that at least, even though we are doing budget cuts, if we cut the budget of water to, of providing water to people of Mbeere South, is like saying we are risking the lives of the Mbereans.